Alright, so I got all my pieces cut, and I didn't show all this on video because, well, quite frankly, watching me cut out leather, let's tip this down just a hair, you've seen before. Most people have anyway. In total, to make this wallet is 6 pieces that all just get assembled in the right order. It's a T slot, and the slots are just the right size for a credit card. Perfect fit. And I have a wallet exactly like this, and one of the things I've noticed is trying to get the card out, at least this card, the second card, is a little more difficult. So what I did, now, you know, I've said before too, patterns are always evolving. You'll make something, you'll use it, and you'll see something that you need to change or you want to change. So what I did was I took, let's see if we can get this to show up. I cut the top a little bit down in the top, and there's not much to do in that, it's just how I did it. You know, I made a little cutout there. Some people will go a half round. I kind of went with this one because, I don't know, tickled my fancy at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and show how to assemble this wallet. There are several things that have to be done. All my leather is finished, so it's all done except for the edges that are getting stitched are not burnished. So, but the top is all burnished, and on this one I didn't use the EcoFlow all-in-one dye. I want to send these, this is going to get sent to Sebastian at Dutch Knife and Tools, and I wanted him to see the difference between the Tandy product, and this is the process using the Fiebing's alcohol dye. Use the alcohol dye, rubbed in some Neatsfoot oil, which really softened it up a bit, and then some acrylic resin over the top of that. So I wanted him to see the process, or see the end result of that process. So without any more yakking, I'm going to go ahead and start the assembly. Now, one of these is shorter than the other, and that's the inside. So I want to take my inside piece. I won't need the outside piece for quite a while. This is the bottom slot, and the one above it has a T cutout so that when the two go together, you can stitch the edge and it keeps it kind of thinner. If you layer it up and double it up, it gets a little thick. So on the edge, it'll keep it to 3 thicknesses of leather. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this right in the corner. I'm not gluing anything at this point because this has to be the first piece that goes in to get stitched and glued. And you just want to even up all your edges. So, I don't know how well this is coming out. Now, I'm going to hold the top piece in and take the bottom one away. And I'm going to take my awl, and I'm just going to scribe a line at the bottom here. So that I know where the glue is going to go, and I'm just going to scuff that up. I don't put a lot of glue on here because, you know, like I've said before, it's not the glue that is your bond, it's your stitching that's your bond. So just a little scuff there on the back here. I did tan coat everything on the back, so I'm just going to kind of knock a little off there. I have my glue bottle, but I'm not going to apply the glue with that big brush. I'm going to use a paintbrush. This bottle is just about empty, so now, remember, I don't need a ton of glue here. I'm going to stitch it after I put the other side on, so. I should have picked up some glue while I was out and about today. And this is a part that's not ever going to be seen. So, make sure we don't have any dust on there. I gotta quit sanding over here. I want to make sure I'm lined up on this edge and with my line. And I know I should have let the cement dry just a little, but I want to be able to move it just a little bit. Right there is going to be perfect. And I'm just going to tap that down a little bit. Now we'll set up, and I want to keep these pieces. This is the two that I used on this side. We're going to use the other two pieces on the other side. So we'll line that up. I'm just barely holding the edge there so that I can tuck that underneath. I'm going to hold that, pull this away, scribe my line. And same process. And I know that this is boring, so I'll be back in a minute when I'm ready to punch holes and start stitching. Alright, I'm ready to start making my holes. So let's grab our punch. This is just the 4-prong, and these are on a 2mm spacing, or excuse me, a 4mm spacing. So in case you're looking, like I said, these are China-made punches and they work just fine for me. So I'm going to get a little loud here. I'm staying in about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom edge of that pocket. Now, you won't necessarily see this stitching, but you will. You can, because you'll see it on the inside of the wallet. So this is the stitching on the inside edges, and if you look, you can see the bottom stitching. Not that anybody is really going to care, but that's, you know, it's part of making leather goods. Some stitching is going to have to show, and I try to keep it all as neat as I can. I can fit one more hole in there. There's my 2-pronger. Being that this is a set, it's just been wonderful to have the 1 and 2-prong when you need them, because you can really get all your holes in there. And I'm going to go ahead and punch the holes on the other side here too. Now there's some things that I've been meaning to try and I never have, like the using the Neatsfoot oil before I put my Resolene on, and it really made the leather a lot more pliable, which I really like. It just feels softer. This one I must have started a little farther in. There we go. The holes are punched. I'm going to show the stitching when I do the stitching on this. So I'm going to set it in my pony and I'll get my needles ready. I'm going to use the 1mm black thread just so it blends in. I haven't picked up any white. Actually, I want to get some cream colored thread. I think that'll look really cool. But I'm going to go 4 times. And since this is short, I like to leave myself a little bit extra. And remember to cut that at an angle to make it easier to thread your needles. Alright, we'll get it in the pony. I'll be back in a minute.